I'm Tessa Ramirez, 41. For 10 years I let my mother-in-law, Dolores, treat our home like her personal annex. After my father-in-law's death, she needed familiarity and moved into our in-law apartment. 10 years later, she was still there. Zero rent. Zero bills. Total veto power over every gathering, every menu, every memory. She never raised her voice. She specialized in velvet cruelty, delivered with a hug and a sigh. My daughter, Mia, learned young to anticipate the ranking. The other grandkids were my precious angels, my little miracles. Mia was your girl, the shy one, or simply ignored. I told myself it was cultural. I told myself elders deserve respect. I told myself endurance was love. Christmas Eve was the fracture. We hosted. My budget, my planning, my exhaustion. The tree sparkled with ornaments I'd collected over years. The table overflowed with tamales, pozole, buñuelos I'd made from scratch. The cousins ripped into gifts with shrieks of delight. Dolores handed out the jewelry boxes herself, elegant velvet, birthstone necklaces engraved with each child's name. Mia waited, eyes bright with the same hope she carried every year. Dolores pressed a thin plastic bracelet into her palm. Here you are, sweetie, she said, already turning. The nice ones are for the blood grandchildren. 25 adults heard it. No one intervened. My sister-in-law adjusted her necklace. My husband refilled eggnog. Mia stared at the bracelet like it was evidence she didn't belong. She didn't cry. She slipped it into her pocket and asked to help with dishes. I followed her to the kitchen. She was stacking plates with mechanical care, her coping ritual. Mom, she whispered, am I not blood? That question carved permanent lines into my heart. I didn't confront Dolores then. I smiled through cleanup. I thanked her for bringing the family together. I waited. That night, after Mia fell asleep clutching the bracelet like a secret shame, I began. Dolores had moved in temporarily after her husband's death. She paid nothing. The in-law apartment was legally separate, own entrance, meter, address. My name alone on the title. My husband had insisted for estate planning. I'd never questioned it. Now I thanked him silently. I changed the apartment locks while she was at midnight mass. I boxed her possessions, clothes, photos of her blood grandchildren, the silver candelabras she'd loaned us, everything labeled, stacked neatly on the driveway. On top, one short note. Dolores, the in-law apartment is no longer available. You have 72 hours to arrange alternative housing. Tessa. I updated the gate code. I notified the HOA she was no longer a resident. She returned to locked doors and her life in cardboard. The fallout was volcanic. Hysterical voicemails. Texts laced with scripture. A convoy of my husband's siblings demanding I honor thy elder. I didn't debate. I repeated one sentence. She told my daughter she isn't blood family. She no longer lives here. My husband tried hardest. She's grieving. She has no money. This is heartless. I looked him in the eye. She broke my daughter's heart on Christmas. Now she learns what displacement feels like. He slept on the couch that month. Dolores rotated through her children's homes. Each visit briefer. No one wanted indefinite reign of the woman who'd spent years sorting grandchildren by DNA. Within 6 months she was in a pleasant senior community, lovely grounds, activities, but no captive audience to rank. She still mails Easter cards to my husband and his siblings. Mia's name never appears. We donate them unopened. Mia now has the entire apartment as her creative studio. Pastel walls. Art supplies everywhere. A jewelry-making station where she crafts pieces for friends and herself. She no longer waits for approval. She creates it. Holidays are ours again. No hierarchies. No blood grandchildren. Just people who show up with open arms and equal gifts. Some nights I still hear that plastic bracelet phrase in my head. I still see Mia's careful hands pocketing rejection. And every time, I remind myself, justice doesn't always thunder. Sometimes it just changes the locks. And lets the healing fill the space that's finally, truly yours. If you've ever shielded your child by shutting a toxic door, type I guarded my peace below. Like, subscribe. These stories of mothers choosing their kids might be the strength you need today.